Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present some preliminary results on using a systems immunology approach to assess early immune responses to intradermal vaccines in pigs. Pigs respond poorly to FMD vaccines, and the antibody titers are often low and do not correlate with protection. Reports from South Korea in 2018 raised concerns on carcass quality post-vaccination, with abscess formation and granulomas reported from the site of vaccination. This resulted in poor vaccine uptake, leading to inadequate implementation of the control programs. Ablay and co-workers in 2009 have shown that 1/10 of the regular vaccine administered by intradermal route was effective and protected against challenge in pigs. The antigen concentration in such formulations can be reduced along with dose volume, thereby reducing the cost of vaccines and vaccination, and also reduce the adverse effects in pigs. Several preliminary studies were carried out to identify suitable adjuvants that can deliver FMD vaccines by intradermal route. The antibody response and homologous protection were compared with the intramuscular vaccines. Based on these studies on different adjuvants, one promising candidate was selected. The vaccine formulation with the selected adjuvant was comparable with the intramuscular vaccines in a homologous challenge study. We observed small differences in the antibody titers between the intradermal and the intramuscular vaccine groups. Therefore, a pilot study was carried out to investigate the use of systems immunology-based approach to look into the early immune responses in pigs to intradermal vaccines. Two groups of 8 pigs were vaccinated either with an experimental intramuscular vaccine or an intradermal vaccine. Intramuscular vaccine 2 ml dose, intradermal vaccine 0.2 ml dose. 5 control pigs were used. They were unvaccinated. The antigen concentration in both the vaccines were similar. Potassium ED2 blood was collected on day -3 and 3 post-vaccination for systems immunology studies. PBMCs were separated from the whole blood. Total RNA was extracted. The quality control check was performed on RNA concentration and integrity, followed by TruSeq stranded mRNA protocol for preparing RNA-seq libraries. Next-gen sequencing was carried out using NovaSeq 6000 Systems Illumina platform to obtain at least 20 million paired sequence reads per sample. A standard bioinformatics pipeline was followed to determine the differential gene expressions post-vaccination into 2 vaccine groups. Gene set enrichment analysis was performed using predefined human blood transcriptome modules based on published literature. Following DSeq analysis, genes with positive or negative log2 fold change of 1 combined with an adjusted p-value, also referred to as false discovery rate of less than 0.05, were represented as volcano plots showing the up and down regulated genes. Since groups of genes often act as networks, have an interplay and downstream knock-on effects on each other, it is expected that some genes would be upregulated while the others downregulated even within the same pathways. In these volcano plots, the upregulated genes are shown in green while the downregulated genes are shown in red. We have also highlighted few selected genes that are known to play a significant role in the innate and adaptive immune responses. In the unvaccinated control groups, there was no differentially expressed genes on days corresponding to 3 and -3 post-vaccination. 2 of the 5 control pigs with underlying adverse health issues like weight loss and abscess development were excluded from the analysis as outliers. In pigs that received the intramuscular vaccine, 177 genes were upregulated while 43 were downregulated. In the intradermal group, 138 genes were upregulated while 21 were downregulated. Overall, it appeared that the transcriptomic response was less pronounced following intradermal vaccination compared to intramuscular vaccination in terms of the number of genes up or downregulated. However, we identified some overlap in specific groups of genes between the 2 vaccine groups, but also differences where regulation of certain genes was dominant in the intradermal group compared to the intramuscular vaccine group. Many genes showed significant up and down regulation pre and post vaccination. Here we are showing the change in expression of two specific genes that target different responses in pigs, the inflammatory response and the dendritic cell antigen presentation response as per plots. The blue color represents the control group, red the intradermal, and green the intramuscular groups. Note that this represents a comparison of gene expression within each group pre and post vaccination and not between the different routes of administration. ATF3 is an activating transcription factor involved in inflammatory response due to cellular stress and drives the innate immunity. It is a negative regulator of TLR signaling in macrophages and dendritic cells, thereby dampening expression of pro-inflammatory genes and preventing overreaction of the immune system. GPR157 is a G protein coupled receptor that are on the cell surface to detect molecules outside a cell and activate cellular responses. These receptors are known to play a role in development and activation of the macrophages. The post-vaccination levels were highly significant. Genes can be grouped into specific families based on common function that direct specific parts of a complex immune response network. These are referred to as blood transcriptome modules or BTM families. A clearer understanding of the overall effect of the treatment or vaccination can be understood using these modules in a gene set enrichment analysis. Both intramuscular and intradermal vaccination positively modulated the BTMs related to natural killer cells and T cell surface differentiation, activation, signaling, co-stimulation, and proliferation. It was more pronounced in the intramuscular group compared to the intradermal group. Similarly, the BTMs involved in innate and inflammatory responses were positively modulated by both vaccine groups, but to a greater extent in the intradermal vaccine group compared to the intramuscular vaccine group. Blood transcriptomic modules involved in B cell activation and differentiation as well as B cell receptor signaling were negatively modulated in both vaccine routes. Gene networks involved in cell division of stimulated CD4 helper T cells that are responsible for activating B cells as part of adaptive immune response were also negatively modulated. In summary, we could demonstrate significant up and down regulation of several genes following intramuscular and intradermal vaccinations 3 days post-vaccination. Several statistically significant individual genes involved in immunity were identified. Positive modulation was observed in gene sets targeting natural killer cells and T cells. Negative modulation was observed in gene sets targeting B cell responses and helper T cells. Transcriptomic profiles were more likely influenced by adjuvant formulations, as adjuvants are designed to derive specific types of immune responses. BTM analysis also suggested that both vaccine routes drove the immune response towards innate and cellular immunity. In conclusion, we have demonstrated that a systems immunology-based approach can be used to assess the early immune responses to FMD vaccines in pigs. The transcriptomic analysis in this pilot study showed subtle differences in early immune response between intramuscular and intradermal routes. Similar analysis at different days post-vaccination could provide more evidence as to why pigs generate low humoral response in general. The next step in these studies are to directly compare the responses between intramuscular and intradermal groups. Further studies to compare prime only with prime boost vaccination and validate these results using a vaccine efficacy study in pigs. Similar transcriptomic studies are needed to evaluate stimulation of favorable responses by specific adjuvant formulations. Thank you very much.